Do you have what it takes to trade stock options? That is a question that we're going to answer today very quickly and very easily. There's a mystique that has been built around the stock market, and particularly around trading options. Perhaps it's been perpetuated by stockbrokers and financial experts to keep the everyday person dependent on their services. The idea is that only a trained professional has the knowledge and the tools to be successful or to successfully trade options in the stock market. I'm Wendy Kirkland, and I beg to differ. Anyone who has the desire to trade stocks or options can do so, and I'm going to prove it. The biggest obstacle is knowing which stock to buy, because in buying a stock, or in the case of call options, you want the price of the stock to go up. So how can you ever figure this out, particularly if you are new to trading? Before I point out any details on the chart, let's answer the question that we began with. Do you have what it takes to trade options? And also, can you as a newbie determine when the price of a stock is going to go up? Now, this is a basic chart for Oracle, and it is in the technology sector. It creates software and does programming. I have added below the chart an indicator called the PPO, which is the percentage price oscillator, and it's calculated by doing mathematical formula that is very complex. I'm not even going to touch that today. I am just going to point out that you see two lines here, the black line and the red line. The PPO line is the black line, the red line is a signal line. Some folks call the black one the bearish or bullish line and the red one a bearish line. Now, in theory, when the black line crosses up over the red line, the price of the stock is going to go up. When it crosses down over the red line, the price of the stock is going to go down. Here again, it's crossed up. So let's check this out. These marks up here on the chart are candlesticks. Each one is the movement of the price of Oracle for a particular day. If we go over here to the right, the farthest to the right, this is the most recent candle. We could say that this happened today. This was yesterday. This was the day before. And as we move toward the left, we're going back in time. So if we're going to check this out and see if you have the wherewithal, very simply, to be able to determine when a stock is going to go up or down, so that you might choose and know ahead of time what stock to purchase, let's just test out this simple principle of the PPO. Okay, here we have a cross up of the PPO line over the signal line. If we follow this up, we will see that at this point the candlestick started going up. It went up from, say, $30.60 just up to $34. Now, if we look back down and we see that we had a PPO cross, but it wasn't a distinct cross. It didn't cross with any space between the lines. We had a cross, but then it kind of went flat. If we look up here and see what we see in the candlesticks, that's exactly what started happening. The candlesticks, the price went down, then it went flat for a few days. And when we finally had a distinctive cross down with some space between the PPO line and the signal line, the price of the stock started to really go down. And it went down from the $33 area down to 25. That is a big drop. Again, we look here and we see we have it almost headed up, and then it changed its mind and came back down again. Finally had a cross here, and we did have some space between the lines. It went up, It came down, almost thought about crossing down, but didn't. It got another burst of energy, continued up, and finally here it crossed down in November. So let's look back and see what happened. We have our cross here. It went up. This was the area where we saw a little weakness, where it headed down, but it continued up, continued up. Again, we had a little test here, went down, did not actually cross, continued up and continued up until finally here the first part of November it did cross down, and then we see the price starting to slope again. So without going into any great deal about how the indicator is figured with the calculations, without going into any real detail about the candlesticks or about the company of Oracle, if you were able to follow the line crosses of the PPO, you then have gathered enough information in just these 3 minutes or so that we've been discussing this to be able to determine when a stock is going to go up and when it's going to go down. Whether you need paycheck, whether you need to supplement your retirement, whether you're a teacher that's home during the summer, you have the ability to be able to trade options and to be successful. Stress-Free Wealth Building is a book that covers the details of the stock market, of trading options, and it covers this information in a very simple to understand manner that cuts away all the fluff that is just designed to confuse you. Until next time, I wish you great success. This is Wendy Kirkland. Take care.